Class, welcome to the Lesson 1 screencast. This is a screencast in the form that you will typically see them. I'm here in the modules tab in Canvas, and I'm just going to walk you through our week 1 assignments. I'll post one of these each week and walk you through the week so that you're comfortable with what's to come. I'll provide insights on some of the assignments, things that I've learned. I try not to give away the actual answers to the assignments to let you go through and discover them on your own. So each week you'll see that an introduction to whatever content we have that week, and that just shows you what due dates are coming and when, so you know what to expect. So complete by midweek, your first post to the icebreaker discussion board, and then by the end of the week you'll have those 4 assignments to finish. Week 1 is a little different. When we have assignments, I mentioned this in the introductory email, there's not a lot of right or wrong answers per se. There's a lot of what we want to see is evidence that you have done your research, you've looked through the principles that apply to what we're learning, and you're able to apply it to the case study, the scenario, or your business, whatever the assignment's asking for. But this first week, as you'll have a quiz on a syllabus, that will be a true quiz, right and wrong answers, your scavenger hunt. Those kinds of things will require you to go through, understand the syllabus, and put down answers to those questions. Most of that is due by end of week. Again, that's different from weeks 2 through 13, where you will have due dates that are first of the week, middle of the week, and end of the week. But let's jump into this first one, the icebreaker discussion board. This is a chance. You are not broken out into discussion board groups yet, so this is a chance to meet everyone in the course. Weeks 2 through 13, you will be broken up into individual discussion board groups to make this a little bit more digestible. These discussion boards, I don't know if you've used them in the past, but they get a little busy when you get the entire class together. So this will be kind of a busy discussion board. Moving forward, you'll be in smaller groups and it'll be a little bit more digestible. But please go ahead and introduce yourself. A few short paragraphs is all you'll need. Please consider including a photo of yourself that meets dress and grooming standards. And then by the end of the week, go ahead and respond to a few of your classmates' posts. I've already posted on here, shared a little bit about myself, got a picture of my family and my 6 children, some of whom you may hear in the background now while we were on this screencast. And then you have a link for your initial post here. You have another link here for your responses to your classmates. This is kind of an odd setup. These will take you to the same discussion board. There's 2 different links here to show you the difference in due dates. And so just to help you organize yourself and say, yep, I've done my initial post by the due date, and yes, I've done my response by the due date. But they're both going to take you to the same discussion board. And you'll see that each week. Next, we'll have the welcome video, Ready, Fire, Aim. So let me jump into that just a little bit. This video is about 10 minutes. I highly encourage you to watch it. I guess about 13 minutes. I highly encourage you to watch it because I've emphasized this point a few times. I'm trying not to belabor it. The course is a little different because we're launching a real business, and it's going to move at a pace that at times you'll feel uncomfortable with, because we often think of business creation in terms of a standard, traditional brick and mortar business, the mom and pop shop on Main Street, where you get everything ready and then you have this grand opening. Well, web business is not like that. Web business is a platform where we can launch your website, get it out there, and then start to get a lot of feedback from the visitors that come through. It's much higher volume than a traditional business, and so the strategy is going to be different. And so when we say ready, fire, aim, you're gonna fire that weapon, your business, and then figure out how to aim it, how to tweak it, and gear it towards your core demographic. And so it's a great strategy for web business. It's just going to be different from what you're used to, and it's good to be prepared for that. And that video walks you through that process and just prepares you that it's okay to get your business, your website out there partially unfinished. That's how websites launch. That's how businesses launch online. You will have a syllabus quiz and project descriptions quiz. That information we went through in my last video. The project descriptions, you can go in much more detail there in that link. The project descriptions are very helpful. Note that there is no time limit on this, and you're allowed multiple attempts. So take your time to go through that. And if you mess up on something, go ahead and try it again. The point is not to nail it on the first try, but to make sure you understand the key points we're trying to emphasize through this syllabus quiz. Your scavenger hunt is similar to the syllabus quiz. The content will be a little bit different. This will help you go through the course content and just get familiar in advance with what you need to know. There is no time limit, but there's not multiple attempts on this. So you can take as much time as you want, but this is a one-shot assignment. So take your time on that. But you can see the content on this, that you can look at the answers below in advance. This is extremely helpful to just get you acquainted with the course. Right, Google AdWords switched to Google Ads a while back. It's helpful to know that the history of Google Ads. We will work very closely with that product. What's a domain name? What's Wix versus Weebly? Anyway, there's a lot of good content in here, and boy, we even throw a little bit of gospel learning in there with the gospel topics essays from the church website. So tons of information about the course on here, and hopefully by the time you're finished with this scavenger hunt, you get excuse me, you get the basics of what you'll be diving into with this course. And that'll be it for week one. Again, week one is designed to be fairly straightforward. These shouldn't be too challenging of assignments. We want you to just dip your toe in the water, get comfortable with the course content, and get familiar with what you'll need to do in the future in this course. You can see down as we peek ahead to week two, you'll follow the standard pattern of early week assignments, midweek assignments, and end of week assignments. We'll have 2 topics that we'll hit next week, and that's standard. We break every week down into 2 topics. Spend the first half of the week on one, the second half of the week on the other. So next week we're going to get into business models and idea generation, and we're going to talk a little bit about demand and competition. As I mentioned in the first video, those may be topics that you're familiar with and you think, awesome, I've taken economics or business or whatever it is, and I'm familiar with those terms. You may not have taken those classes and look at those topics and think, I don't even know what those are. That's fine. This is designed to take you from a beginner's level to functioning business owner, and hopefully you'll get comfortable with that. We'll also start on project 1 next week. I mentioned before, keep a close eye on that. It's time intensive, wonderful project, one of the best tools we offer in this course, but it does take some time. So that's a little peek ahead to week 2, where we'll really jump into some of the meat of the course. This is just really a massive introduction to the course to make sure you're comfortable broadly with the topics and what we'll jump into. So any specific questions on that, reach out to me, and I'll be happy to give you some more information. Thanks, everyone.